So yes, you may have noticed, my mustache is in fact looking fabulous. And also we have the new Endgame mode on the screen. That's right, we're back for another Whooping Waves video. And keeping with the theme that I want to keep of being positive, I want to talk about it. Because I do believe, whilst there are some negatives, there are a lot of positives going forward. And I want to talk about that. Now I've taken the liberty of making some notes from my time playing it. I'm going to show them on screen now. So you can, click off now if you don't want to hear the reasonings behind it. You can just agree, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Or you can leave a dislike, but why would you do that? When you could just hit the thumbs up instead. That's also, a better alternative. I'd prefer that. But rather so me just, saying that. Let me try and explain it a little bit. So, going off this, unlocking the mode is fine. Now, to unlock the mode, you need 3,500 points in Infinite Torrents, which is in fact this, Whimpering Wastes. So 3,500. You also require 24 crests in the TOA. So this will be reset. Now I don't know, and this is what I'm curious about. Will this lock me out of the event? Or is it a case of once I've unlocked it, I've got it for good, regardless of resets? Who knows? That being said though, I don't mind it for Singularity expansion. I don't think you need it for Stability Accords. I think you should just have this open no matter what. Because this is more the easy mode. It's for the somewhat new players. However, I also don't mind the fact it's setting a standard. And that standard being, if you can't get this minimum amount of effort required, or this minimum amount of points in both endgame modes, you most likely won't be able to handle this. And that could be true. That being said, just let people have this. Why not? Now, going into it, Access Matrix, and I want to clear a big elephant in the room right now. I keep resetting, so I can't get more than this, but I'm also not fussed because it's like, what? One pull and a bit? Like 250 Astrite, and even then, yeah, is what it is. But I'm unhappy with it. I know I can do better, so I keep refreshing. I'm on here now. Let's talk about this. Now, a good buff is the 1.x units. You see here I've got Zhang Liao. Really good. He needed a buff. And I think this is the right way to do it. If I go in the team selection here. Jian, he's getting the buff right here. He deals 25% more total damage. I don't mind the buffs in here. Because, well, as long as they're outside of TOA, you need to buff them somewhere. So why not start here and see how it goes from there. Unfortunately, we don't buff the standard units, which I find a little bit weird. Like Changli, Zhang Liao. I would assume Yinlin, but I don't have Yinlin because she's a brick. But it's good. I also like that the demo resonators may level up for you. Unfortunately, only resonators you have. Which is, fine. You can't just give them for free like a trial character, but at the same time, It's for people who have an account that is, invested in. Maybe not heavily, maybe minimal investment, who knows. I myself am in a bit of a weird spot where my characters are good, but they could be better. I'm in the process of building them better. Case in point, allow me to show you, I can just press that actually. Allow me to show you my Linnae currently. Now my Linnae, I'm on a standard weapon because, I'm not made of money. Yeah, not the best. I'm still undecided on this. My jury on Linnae is still out there, but, I'm liking her more and more. She's very fun. But I could definitely... Galbrainer, for example. I'm trying to get my Galbrainer to a level I'm happy with. Like, minimum 70% crit rate. And I just can't get there. That's a me issue. I need to farm a little bit more clearly. It's nice to know that with investment, I could probably do better. And that's what I like it, where you have to go through these hoops to unlock it. That's good. I like that, but just for Singularity expansion. Moving on. Remove enemy resistances. So with this, the reason I said this, they hit like holograms. Not just mentioning the round 2s, they get really buffed. But they hit like holograms. Whereas one hit, you're dead. Fine. Now, there's two things or two ways you can go about this. I think either one, dial the power back a little bit, make them like 75% strength as opposed to a hologram, or remove the resistances. I just think one of those two things will be better in the long term. That being said, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a case of, skill issue, point and laugh. Who knows? You can be the judge on that. Now, this one really irritates me. This is for any game, really. This is for every game out there. When you have an MC with multiple elements, why can we only select one? So right now, my Aero Rover, which I used him, I believe, here. Used Aero Rover here. What I would like to do is run Shorekeeper, Lene, Spectro Rover. Spectro thrives all that good stuff. The problem is, I can't. I have to pick one. If I had a, Cantarella for Lover, or Roachia Cantarella, I can't run Havoc Rover as the DPS. I would like to see some kind of change there, because it really does suck. Not to mention, you can't swap, equipment, relics. You can't swap weapons or whatnot. It's locked to the character. But then again, even if I wanted to, you have to go out to then click the menu to go back in. It's a lot of effort. I mean, you can just press this. It's not too bad, but, quality of life. You need to find something to complain about. It's a gacha game. We gacha players. Oh my god, if we can't complain, what are we doing? Am I right?
He's out of line, but he's right.
Jokes aside, sarcasm aside, here's a really big one that I think should be expanded upon. And right now it says pilot. It's the first iteration, so who knows? Maybe all these fears and suggestions get taken into consideration. It's the power circuit. There's currently only 3. And right now, the one I've used the most is general enhancement. This is too restrictive because it's only good for Havoc here. So Galbraith only gets this first effect on some attacks. This is Lene only at the moment. Same here. Negative status is Aero. It wants you to play Carter for you. Everyone else just has to, lump it with this. I'd like to see a wider variety. In fact, speaking of wide varieties, if we go to Whimpering Wastes, it's a perfect example. I click here. We get all these options. Something like that. They can expand upon it in the future. Okay? And I've already said the 1.x units are great. That's cool. This is the one that pisses me off the most, actually. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Why do they spawn behind? Now, let me just pick the team here. And while I'm speaking about that, I really need to just fix my teams. I mean, it's a good case. It's making me want to be a better player. It's making me want to really grind my account. Because I've just kind of been flying by, just kind of going, oh well. But I like the challenge of it. People have been crying out for a challenge. This is it. It's perfect for whales who want to test the limits of their investments. It's perfect for the sweaty players who just want a challenge. And it's perfect for casuals because you don't have to try it. It's only a pull. You're not going to miss out on much. Okay, so. Why does it spawn behind me?
Very well.
I just don't understand that. And I've just realised another complaint I forgot to add to the list. Look at 2 of the enemies. In fact, look at just one of the enemies. You can probably guess who it is right now. Yep, this fucking dickhead. Why? I think they could pick different bosses. I think we should be allowed to, pick the bosses we want to go against. Because right now, Carlotta is useless against these 2. Which once again further reinforces the remove the resistances and maybe up the defenses. There's ways around it. I think Sentry's fine. He has some annoying moves, but other than that, he's manageable. Inferno Rider, that's a fun boss. This boss is like 50-50. It's either really good or he's dropkicking you in the face constantly. And there's no in between. But yeah, outside of that, I love the idea that it's damage based rather than point based. Let me try and show you what I mean. So if we go here, select this, I'm going to pick that same Galbraith team. We could also remove the time limit. I think that would be cool as well. I've had this idea for a while now. I wish they'd do it. Rather than the timer counting down, have it count up instead. I think that'd be a lot cooler. Anyway, before we do this, let me just turn around so I can see the boss. So right now, I have 0 points. So, you see,
I've come to
not as
send
much
you
damage.
to your
If I Resonance Liberation now, look at that go up.
Timing's
I think that's such a
everything.
neat idea. I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier on. Damn, that shit's so cool. You know, it's cool. It incentivizes you to build your DPSs, keep your sustainers alive, because they're going to hit you for a lot of damage. It's nice, it's fun, it's a challenge, and that's... Oh god, that's so good. I mean, that's really all I had for. I just want to talk about this. I think it's a positive change going forward. I love the idea of it. It's the pilot. I hope it gets expanded upon in the future. And it's 30 days, so it's here for a while. There's plenty of time. So if I wanted to sweat, you can sweat. You can try and get all these, but once again, you're not really missing out on much. What, more tuners? Ugh. This is pretty good. I could go into a more nuanced deep dive into this, talking about how, well, it's hard to build characters, blah blah blah, because it is. It's why my echoes suck, because it's really hard.
That's what she said.
Building and not building,
Got a long
not even acquiring. It's easy to acquire them now.
Good thing
It's just
I've got
really
time to
difficult
check every
leveling them
box.
up. When if I was to go into my, in fact, where would this be? I believe it would be here. If I go to my echoes here, look at all these echoes I have. Look at all those echoes. Okay? And you're thinking, wow, what are you going to do with them? Nothing. Batch merging sucks. It really does. I know they tried to change it, but it still sucks. I can't delete them because I get nothing in return for them. In fact, let me try and show you exactly what I was talking about before. We're getting into a little bit of a nuanced deep dive right now, but you know what? It's my video. I need Arsenosa. So I go here, equip, upgrade. I want to change this to crit rate, because I need crit rate. Try to get my double crit, but it is not working for me right now. Out of all those echoes you saw me get, why can't I select any to put into this to level up? I think this is the real gatekeeper, not the end game itself. Not the game mode, not the enemies, not the mechanics of what the end game mode's trying to do. It's building the characters. It's such a struggle. You can't even change... what was it? You can't even convert echoes into tubes to go out and get them. It's just... It's so tough out here, man. Because let's be honest, you're not playing Wuthering Waves 5 hours a day, every day. And if you are, that is really unhealthy. To try and get a pull and a little bit extra, 250 Astrite, no one's doing that. And if you are, I mean this genuinely, don't. Okay? Anyway, that being said, let me know your thoughts. Hopefully you found this a little bit informative. I think feedback's super important. I think it's healthy for the community. And yeah, just have a great rest of your day. And I'll catch you for the next one. Stay refreshing.